This blows your cover. You ready for that?
I am.
You want it back in the business, right? How that job feel?
Y'all out here trying to set up Effie?
I'm trying to handle the RICO that's about to bite us in the ass.
Put the gun down!
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about Power Book 2 Go Season 3, Episode 8. This is the recap. Now I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. And what did y'all think about this episode? Theo Rollins up out of here. Your boy Cooper Saxe up out of here. And I've been seeing people talk about that they think that your boy Cooper Saxe survived. I don't think so. I mean, it's episode 8. It's always a big death. And I don't believe they will waste that moment just to allow Cooper Saxe to live. That man gone. We smoking on that Cooper Saxe pack. And, you know, it's been long overdue. We've been talking about this since the original Power. Even though Cooper Saxe pissed us off a lot, it is bittersweet to see a character like him go because he's been here since the very beginning. We ain't talking about a character that came in mid series like season 3 or 4. This dude has been here since the original Power season 1 all the way up to now. So it's always sad to see one of the OGs go. But hey, these are the consequences of your actions. And what did you think about your boy Kane Tejada? He finally clapped Effie's cheeks. And it seems like this is not just going to be a hit it and quit it. It seems like it's going to be a real relationship. And y'all let me know, do y'all believe that Effie and Kane is good for each other? I told you that we got to go off the Power logic. And that is this: love does not last. Relationships, they don't last. Somebody always gets dropped off. So we're going to see how this whole storyline is going to, end between Effie and Kane. But it was very interesting to see the two hook up. And I'm eager to see what's next for them. But man, this whole Lauren thing is finally came out. Effie knows she's alive. Kane knows it as well. Episode 9 is looking real crazy. And I got that funny feeling that not everybody's going to make it. It got to be one more major death before the season ends. And y'all let me know what y'all predictions is going to be down below. But let's hop right into this recap. I'm not going to waste any more time. What did we see in episode 8 titled Sacrifice? Now the episode starts out with Davis McLean. He is pissed off that his brother Theo Rollins ain't trying to talk to him no more. He's getting drunk and you know what I'm saying? He's just going through it. Now he does get the call about Diana being, arrested, and now he has to get ready to go and help her out. Cooper Saxe is telling him like, look, don't worry about that. I will go in. I will, represent Diana. She's going to be good. And we know Tariq, he also hits him up, telling him that they need to talk. And you can tell Cooper Saxe, he knew something was up. And I knew Cooper Saxe was done for because as soon as the episode starts up, we can hear Cooper Saxe's voice talking about previously on a Ghost. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this is it for him. And then he got a lot more screen time than he normally does in any other episode, which is always the indication that a character is probably on their last straw, right? Now, Tariq meets up with Davis McLean and he tells him like, look, this man Cooper Saxe, he's working with the feds. He's a CI. We cannot trust him at all. Davis McLean is pissed off, y'all. He's drunk. He went for the strap. He's like, look, I'm about to fix this. I'll be damned if I let this dude mess this stuff up for me and my brother. And Tariq tells him, look, you can't afford to be doing anything crazy. We have to think this thing through, think smart. We got to continue to play this out and see what type of advantages that we can get over Cooper Saxe, and then we need to be making our move. Now Tariq meets up with Monet and Drew. He tells them that it's a big RICO case on all of them and that they have to be smart as far as how they move. Monet is kind of upset because she's like, man, I haven't been having the best relationship with Diana, and now she's afraid that your girl Dirty Diana may mess around and flip. Now Jenny Sullivan and Blanca Rodriguez, they're putting a lot of pressure on Diana, but she's smart. She ain't stupid. She's not about to give them anything. Y'all know Diana, she be making it seem like she wants to flip on her family, but she never does. And it seems like law enforcement, they always fall for the old okie doke. Now, Davis McLean, knowing that Cooper Saxe is dirty, he's watching him. He sees that he's having a conversation with Jenny Sullivan, and he's like, man, dude cannot be trusted. And when he goes in there with Cooper Saxe and Diana, he gives her that note about, putting Saxe on Effie. And that's exactly what she did. I mean, they didn't really show us. They kind of cut off. But Cooper Saxe is believing Diana, that Diana doesn't have the best relationship with her family. Diana is basically using the same move that she used on Detective Kevin Whitman, and Cooper Saxe is falling for it. And he goes and tells them, like, look, that Effie is the lead person of interest and they want to make a move on her. And we know Blanca's telling him, you defending Diana and doing all of this, it can expose you. Are you ready for this? And he says yes. So Cooper Saxe knows what time it is. If he gets caught up, he's pretty much done for. Now Kane, he goes to see Effie. He lets her know what's going down with Diana. And have you guys been noticing that Kane, he lets Effie know everything? I mean, he put it out there earlier on in the season that Tariq is always leaving her out, and when it comes to the business and information, and he be damned if he make that mistake himself. So we know he was about to leave from the looks of it, but Effie says, look, she wants to thank him for doing what he's done for her as far as paying off tuition. And the two hook up. Your boy Kane clapped those cheeks. He got up in that. The crazy thing is he got up in that twice in one episode. I mean, this dude wasn't playing around. This girl Effie, I don't know what she be doing, but man, she put them boys to sleep. I thought your boy Kane about to start sucking his thumb. I mean, he was comfortable up in that bed, but at least he got him some, and he up there cuddling, having a good old time. We know Monet hitting him up. All of a sudden, Tariq comes to the door and starts to knock. And Effie, she ain't trying to be dealing with all of this mess, this drama, so she makes Kane go into the bathroom, and we know Kane is listening, and Tariq, he's telling her, like, look, if you want back into the business, I need you to handle this job for me. And if you do that, maybe I'll give you a break each week or whatever. So we know this is a part of the game plan that Tariq and Monet set up for Effie to take that fall. But we know it ain't real product. It's just sugar. But still, you guys let me know. Do y'all believe that Effie should have known this? I mean, I would be kind of pissed off if I got hemmed up by the feds and I didn't even know about, the whole game plan. I mean, she started running or whatever. If she would have known what time it was, she could have just sat there, put her hands up from the jump. I mean, nowadays, they dropping you off with any type of slight movement. So it makes sense to me on why Effie would be upset. Now, we get to Evelyn, Monet, Drew, and Evelyn's sons. And Monet pretty much tells her that operations have to stop because the feds is kind of hot right now. She will let her know when it's time for them to continue to move. Of course, her sons, they ain't trying to hear it, but Evelyn tells them, look, y'all need to listen, stop playing around. But they also ask, Drew, have you heard anything about Gordo? And of course, Drew plays it off like, nah, he ain't heard nothing about him or whatever. Y'all know Evelyn, she hasn't talked to him. And I told you guys that Evelyn, she is going to be a problem. This is the issue that they're going to have to handle. And I want to know if it's going to be handled this season or will they build it up for season 4. Now, Tariq tells Brayden about the whole RICO case being built up. And Brayden was like, RICO, like YSL? Had me cracking up. But now we know Brayden tells Tariq about the Ponzi scheme going on with his uncle Lucas. And now things have really gotten serious for Tariq because he's like, really? So this dude is scamming all of us. And we talking about the Tejada money, his trust fund, and of course, RSJ. So now they have to figure out what they need to do next in order to neutralize Uncle Lucas. Now, Kane and Monet, they're having a conversation, and Kane, he learns about what's going down with the whole, game plan to set up Effie. He's not liking it. And Monet's like, look, I'm doing whatever I got to do because this RICO case. So you don't need to be going back talking to her, messing this up. And we know they have a conversation about Westing Holdings and Kane, investing the money within the company. And she's pissed off about that because she's like, man, you can't trust them. Like, I don't know why you did it in the first place. And once again, we get a scene where Monet is pretty much telling Kane she has to clean up his mess, making it seem like he's not that smart. I mean, the whole Westing Holding things, I mean, it is a smart game plan, but of course, Kane didn't know that Uncle Lucas was running a Ponzi scheme, but it did make sense from that standpoint of a smart investment. Now, Monet, she goes to Lucas and lets him know when she calls him, when she tries to set things up, he better make sure that he is there. She ain't got time to be messing around with him. And she also tells him when she wants to get her money out of this whole investment, she want that money and she don't want to be waiting. So you already know this is not going to end well for Lucas. He kind of played it off like it was cool or whatever, but I can't see things ending well for Lucas if he continues to mess around with Monet RSJ and Tariq. It's just not a smart move for him. Now, Kane is having a conversation with Effie, and look at him. He's smiling. He having a good old time, man. He loved him some Effie, and it seemed like he was going to give her some intel about Tariq, talking about, do you really trust what's going down with Tariq? But we know when all this was going down, your boy Drew was up there throwing stuff, tearing things up. Like, come on, Drew. Come on. Like, what in the hell are you doing? Now, we learned that Ev has came out as being gay, and Drew was upset because this is what he wanted, and this man got him a new boy toy, and it seems like he's living the happy life. Meanwhile, Drew, he done off Gordo, and he feels like everything is going downhill for him in his love life. And as I told you guys, Drew in his love life is always his biggest weakness. And once again, we're seeing that. I mean, this dude is really upset about all of this. Your boy Ev says, screw all that. I'm going to wait till I go and get signed, and then I'm going to come out as gay, and I'm going to be living my best life. And y'all know Drew, he's definitely going to have a conversation with him. Now, Davis McLean is kind of upset. He doesn't want Cooper Saxe being around his brother at all, because we know Cooper Saxe is working with the feds. And Davis McLean actually told his brother that Cooper Saxe is working with the feds, and that's why he didn't really want him around, and he could not be trusted. And y'all know Theo, he was pissed off because now he's like, okay, he needs to be handled. And we know Davis McLean, he's talking about, look, I got it, I will handle this, but he feels like it can mess up things as far as, Cooper Saxe working with the feds and, helping get Theo Rollins out. Now, Tariq has a conversation with RSJ. He tells him about the whole Ponzi scheme. RSJ is pissed off, and Tariq is telling him, like, look, he didn't know about the Ponzi scheme. He just found out about it, and they need to come up with a game plan in order to get this money back. And he doesn't want RSJ going to the SEC, because if he does, they will lose everything. That means RSJ will lose his money, Tariq will lose his trust fund, and of course the Tejadas, they will lose their money as well. So they have to think of a different strategy in order to get this money back. And then maybe they can get that payback on Uncle Lucas that, from the looks of it, he definitely deserves. Now, Drew meets up with Ev, and he is pissed off. Of course, he's mad that Ev done came out as gay. He got him a new boyfriend, and he's living his best life. Meanwhile, Drew, he lost Gordo. He ain't having the best time of his life. And this dude pretty much has a mental breakdown. And Ev, he just had to give him a hug to make sure that he's okay. Meanwhile, somebody is filming all of this, and we know Drew was talking about, I lost the person that I was with or whatever. And this is how your girl Evelyn and her son, they pretty much knew something was up with Drew, and maybe he lied about what really happened to Gordo. Now, the feds, they end up moving in on your girl Effie. This is a part of the game plan. Sad thing is, she doesn't know it's a part of the game plan. So, of course, she starts to run. Now, Agent Young, a.k.a. Angela's nephew, Junior, he tests the product, but it's just sugar. So now your girl Effie, she's all good, but she still is upset that all of this went down like this, and she knew nothing about it. Now, Evelyn and her son, they see the video of Drew going off with, of course, Ev, and now they understand that he had to be lying about Gordo just based off the things that he was saying, and they want to have a conversation with him. And all this is doing is building up that war between the two. I cannot wait to see it. Now, Effie, she meets up with Monet and Tariq and Kane, and she's like, man, why didn't y'all tell me about the whole game plan or whatever, as far as, with the feds and the sugar? Like, what's up? And y'all know Monet, she gave some lame excuse on why she didn't want to tell Effie, but it is what it is. But Effie's like, look, if I was in y'all's shoes, I probably would have did the same thing. But we know she is really upset about this, and she walks out with Kane, and Tariq is looking like, man, so they hooking up or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And Monet, she don't really give a damn about any of that. She just wants to make sure that Kane is doing what he has to do, and nobody slips up, seeing how the feds, most likely they're going to continue to be watching all of them. Now, Jenny Sullivan, she's telling Cooper Saxe, since all this stuff did not go the way they planned with Diana and the drugs and Effie, that he's not going to be protected, and he's pretty much done for or whatever. Y'all know Cooper Saxe, he's pissed off, and he pretty much wishes her bad luck, tells her, like, look, you ain't going to have the best ending your damn self. So now Cooper Saxe has to prepare for what's to come. He understands that most likely Tariq and all of them know what time it is, seeing how it was sugar at the warehouse and it was not drugs. So his life is in danger. And Theo Rollins, he does not waste any time by catching Cooper Saxe. Now remember, Cooper Saxe was on the phone. He was trying to talk to Tariq, left him a voicemail telling him that if he wants to see his mom and sister, to give him a call. But Theo Rollins, he hemmed him up. Now RSJ, he goes to your boy Uncle Lucas, lets him know that he wants his money back. Tariq is going to be getting his money back and the Tejadas. And if he slips up, he's going to make that call to the SEC and he's pretty much done for. So Uncle Lucas is going to be on the repayment plan and he's pretty much going to be repaying them with the money that he's going to get from the new investors. I mean, this dude, he is slipping up all the way across the board. And as I told you guys, I definitely do not see it ending well for him when it's all said and done. Now, Rashad O'Dall Tate, he had like a debate earlier on in the episode. He did pretty well. And let's just be honest. He is using Professor Bennett in order to win this whole election. And she understands what time it is. And she told him not to meet up with the Westings, but he did. He got a donation from them and he accepted it. And he's not about to give it back because he's all about winning. And it seems like your girl Bushandria, she was the one to let her know where he was at. So I know he was pissed off about that. But I'm going to tell you right now, this whole Harper Bennett storyline with Rashad Tate, I got that funny feeling that it's not going to end well. And as she said, it seems like they're going through some of the same stuff that they went through back in the day. Now, Davis McLean is trying to get in contact with Theo. He learns that he's not been taking treatment. And if he doesn't take his treatment, he's pretty much done for, right? Tariq and him put two and two together and they understand like, okay, something's up, especially seeing how Cooper Saxe had left him that voicemail and he's not been able to get in contact with him. So now they're in search for them. Now, we get to your girl Diana and Monet. Diana's like, look, she's out of the game. She wants to have a fresh start. Talking about she wants to go, I believe, to Spelman, whatever. And she wants Monet to pay for it. Talking about, I know you got the money. Man, Monet put this girl in her place. Had me cracking up. Diana was in that car pissed off like, man, I wish Poppy was here. He would have took care of me. Now, we get to your boy Kane and Effie and it's round 2. He clapped those cheeks twice in one episode. And he's having a good old time living his best life with his girl. But guess what? Guess who spoils the party? Your girl Blanca Rodriguez. She comes in and she arrests Effie. And Effie is confused, like, what the hell is going on? Y'all didn't even have nothing on me. She's still thinking it's about the drugs, but no. This time around, it ain't about the drugs. And you can tell Kane was pissed off. We know he was talking about, what are y'all doing? Do y'all have a warrant? She tells him, like, look, don't make me arrest you too. Now, they go outside and your girl Jenny Sullivan, she's out there. And then we get to the scene that we saw earlier on at the very beginning of the season in that little promo that got put out. And we see Lauren. She rolls down the window talking about, yeah, that's her, whatever. And I believe they are charging her with attempted murder. And Effie, she was shocked, y'all. She was flabbergasted. She couldn't believe it. She's like, what? I thought I'd offed you. I thought you was up out of here. But come on, Effie. If you're going to eliminate somebody, you got to smoke them. Headshot. Let them know what time it is. Get them up out of here. Kane, he was looking like, really? She's alive? And he probably was thinking like, man, I knew I should have handled this right. So we know Kane's going to try to help her out in next week's episode. Now, we get to the end of the episode and Theo Rollins, he has Cooper Saxe hemmed up and they're at the dock. This is the area that Theo loves the most. He loves how the helicopter flies over the water. And now he's like, look, I got to go ahead and get rid of this dude. I mean, Cooper Saxe has done so much. I mean, do we even have to explain on what he's been doing? I mean, come on, it's time for you to go. And we know that he shoots your boy Cooper Saxe and Theo is like, look, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much a dead man anyway. I don't got that much longer to live and I'll be damned if I get locked back up. And he ends up offing himself. And I'm looking like, man, I knew something major was going to happen. And they pretty much spoiled it at the beginning of the episode. So sometimes when you watch these episodes, you kind of want to skip until you see, the show actually start up. But those ratings, they pretty much tell us from that description that something like this would happen in this episode. And seeing how Davis McLean was crying in that promo, we already knew something major was going to happen with his brother at the very beginning of the season. To be honest with you guys, this season has been very predictable in my opinion. It hasn't really been too many major surprises. I mean, yes, Lauren was alive, and we kind of talked about this last season with all the little clues they gave us. But besides that and a couple other things, it's been pretty much predictable. But now, seeing how they still have issues with the feds and that Effie, she's been arrested, what's going to happen now? I mean, it's a lot of stuff building up. A lot of things happen in this episode. And then they have a war that's about to start with the Castillos. That's not going to end well, and I'm expecting something major to happen with that. But y'all let me know. What do y'all think is going to happen to Lauren? Will Tariq have to be the one that puts her down? And I'm pretty sure that we can honestly say that in that promo, Tariq said, look, I love you or whatever, but I will put a bullet in you. Most likely he was talking to your girl Lauren. So we're going to see if that's going to be the case. But something has to happen. They need to neutralize this whole thing or figure out another way to make sure that everybody is safe. But we only got 2 more episodes left, and it seems like the whole organization is going up against each other. But in order to beat all of this, as I told you guys, they got to stick together. They have to come up with a game plan to where they all can handle all their issues. But with all these secrets going on and all these new storylines developing, it's like a never-ending cycle of drama and mess and more drama. But I definitely cannot wait to see what's going to happen next and how this season is going to end. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.